Look around you, like your phone, your shoes, your toothpaste, the coffee in your cup, the streaming service you watched last night. They all seem unrelated. Different brands, different industries, different companies, different stories. But what if I told you? Many of them are connected by an invisible business that almost nobody notices. A business so powerful, it earns trillions of dollars without manufacturing most of the products you buy, without owning every factory, without appearing on the front of the package. It doesn't need celebrity commercials. It rarely becomes the center of attention. Yet it quietly decides who gets shelf space, who survives, who disappears, and who becomes unbelievably rich. This hidden business has transformed unknown companies into global giants. It has created fortunes larger than entire countries, and chances are you have already paid them today, without even realizing it. So, what exactly is this invisible business, and why does it sit behind nearly everything we buy? Let's find out. Level 1. The business nobody sees. Most people believe products create wealth. That's only half the story. The real money often comes from controlling the system, not the product. Imagine opening a supermarket. Thousands of products fill the shelves. Chocolate, soap, shampoo, rice, medicine, soft drinks. To customers, they're separate purchases. But behind those products lies a different economy. An economy built on logistics, packaging, patents, distribution, data, finance, advertising, retail negotiations, and supply chains. Think about this. A chocolate bar isn't just cocoa. Someone financed the cocoa farm. Someone insured the shipment. Someone owns the packaging machines. Someone transports it. Someone stores it. Someone negotiates shelf placement. Someone processes your payment. Someone analyzes your buying habits. One simple purchase creates profits for dozens of businesses you've never heard of. The chocolate company gets attention. The hidden businesses collect cash again and again and again. This is where enormous wealth begins. Not by selling one product, but by sitting behind thousands of them. Level 2. The companies selling to companies. Consumers love famous brands. Businesses love something else. Selling to other businesses, it's called B2B, business to business. And it's one of the biggest wealth machines ever created. Think about Microsoft. Many people think Windows or Xbox. But Microsoft's largest profits don't come from gaming. They come from selling software to companies, cloud computing, corporate security, enterprise services. Billions upon billions from customers you'll never see. The same happens everywhere. A restaurant doesn't just buy food, it buys payment systems, kitchen equipment, cleaning chemicals, accounting software, insurance, delivery services, commercial refrigerators. Staff scheduling software, each supplier earns money. Even though you've never heard their name, now multiply that across millions of restaurants worldwide. Suddenly, a company you've never seen becomes worth tens of billions. Because consumers aren't the customer. Businesses are. The biggest fortunes often come from helping businesses make money, not from becoming famous. That's why some of the world's richest companies rarely advertise to ordinary people. They don't need to. Their customers already know who they are. Level 3, the invisible toll booth. Imagine owning the only bridge into a city. Every vehicle must cross it. You don't care what's inside the trucks. Cars, food, furniture, electronics, everyone pays. This is called owning the infrastructure. And infrastructure creates extraordinary wealth. Think about payment networks. When you tap your card, money moves in seconds. Simple, convenient, invisible. But every transaction generates tiny fees, not much individually, almost nothing. Until billions of transactions happen every year, tiny percentages become enormous fortunes. The same idea exists everywhere. Shipping companies move global trade. Cloud providers store websites. App stores distribute software. Search engines connect buyers to sellers. Marketplaces connect merchants to customers. Every transaction creates another small payment. Most people chase products. The smartest businesses build highways, because when everyone travels your road, you get paid regardless of who wins. That's why investors often love infrastructure businesses. They're difficult to replace, and once established, they become incredibly powerful. The product changes. The toll remains. Level 4. The power of owning the supply chain. Now let's go even deeper. Suppose you own a clothing brand. Business is good, but profits are average. Now imagine you also own the textile mill, the dye factory, the shipping company, the warehouses, the distribution centers. Suddenly, you're making money at every stage. This strategy is called vertical integration. Instead of sharing profits, you keep them. Some of history's greatest business empires were built this way. Oil companies drilled oil, refined it, transported it, and sold it. Technology companies design chips, build software, operate online stores, and control customer support. Luxury brands own factories, retail stores, marketing agencies, even raw material suppliers. Every extra layer reduces dependence and increases profit. This isn't just about saving money, it's about control. When shortages happen, you survive. When competitors struggle, you keep moving. When prices rise, you often benefit twice. The richest businesses don't simply sell products, they build ecosystems. And ecosystems are incredibly difficult to compete against. Level 5. The ultimate business, selling trust. Now we arrive at the deepest level. The hidden business behind nearly everything isn't only infrastructure, or logistics, or supply chains. It's trust. Think about luxury watches. Many tell time equally well, but people willingly pay thousands. Why? Trust. Reputation? Status. Think about bottled water. The water isn't dramatically different. The brand changes everything. Think about investment firms, banks, insurance companies, consulting firms, software providers. People don't buy their products first. They buy confidence, the belief that things will work. Trust allows companies to charge more, grow faster, expand globally, recover from mistakes, and survive competition. That's why building a brand often becomes more valuable than building a factory. Factories can be copied. Trust cannot. The most valuable companies in history understand this. Their greatest asset isn't machinery. It isn't buildings. It isn't inventory. It's the relationship they've built inside millions of minds. Once customers trust you, selling becomes easier. Marketing becomes cheaper. Growth becomes faster. And competitors face an uphill battle. This is why some businesses become almost impossible to replace. Not because they have better products, because they own belief. Conclusion. When most people walk through a supermarket, they see products. Entrepreneurs see brands. Investors see businesses. But the wealthiest minds see systems. They ask different questions. Who owns the supply chain? Who controls distribution? Who processes payments? Who owns the software? Who supplies the factories? Who earns money no matter which brand wins? Because history shows something remarkable. The greatest fortunes are rarely built by chasing the spotlight. They're built by quietly becoming essential, by creating infrastructure, by selling to businesses, by owning supply chains, by collecting tiny payments millions of times, and above all, by earning trust. The next time you buy something, don't stop at the logo. Look one layer deeper, then another, because behind almost every product is another business. Behind that business is another one, and somewhere within that invisible network is where extraordinary wealth is created. The biggest opportunities in business aren't always the ones everyone can see. Sometimes, the most profitable business is the one hiding behind nearly everything you buy. If you can learn to spot those invisible businesses, you'll never look at the economy the same way again.